أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله أوله بلا أول كان قبله وآخره بلا آخر يكون بعده الذي قصرت عن رؤيته أبصار الناظرين وعجزت عن نعته أوهام الواصفين ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الدائم على أعدائهم وغاصب حقوقهم ومنكر فضائلهم ومناقبهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، أعظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم والسلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. Tonight we are going to speak about one of the most unique martyr of the day of Ashura, Abul Fazl Abbas alayhi salam, the son of Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam, who was the standard bearer of the military of the force of Imam Husayn alayhi salam. Very briefly, when Abul Fazl Abbas alayhi salam was young, maybe 5 or 6 years old, as you know, that when Amirul Mu'mineen was martyred, he was about 16 years old. And he's known to be the oldest son, Abul Fazl Abbas. Hazrat Baneen gave 4 sons. All of them were shaheed on the day of Ashura. All of the 3 other brothers of Hazrat Abbas, they were all shaheed. The youngest one who was shaheed, he was 21 years old. Which means that at the time of the shahadat of Amirul Mu'mineen, he was just 6 months old. Hazrat Baneen played a very powerful and major role in upbringing of all of the 4 children. And I've been emphasizing and appreciating and reminding our sisters what a great role the ladies, the women, have played in protecting the shahadat of Imam Husayn, in conveying the shahadat of Imam Husayn, the message of Imam Husayn, at that time and even today as well. So therefore, for them is a great duty that they have to fulfill and carry on fulfilling that. Rabab would go to the shrine of Imam Husayn every day, without a doubt, since Imam Husayn was buried. And she was specifically asked by Sayyidah Zainab to perform this, alongside that she also wanted to be, but she also emphasized. And it is her ziyarat of every day have given that ground for people to recognize where the grave of Imam Husayn is, to attend, to participate, to do the ziyarat of Imam Husayn. So ladies have played a very major role. Baneen, Ayatollah Maqami, who is a great scholar in Rijal, in biographical and narrative discipline, he says that when the caravan came back from Karbala, they informed Baneen all of her 4 sons were killed. And she says that whatsoever is under this heaven, under the sky, let that be sadaqah for Husayn. That's how she was. So Abul Fazl Abbas was young. He was 5 or 6 years old, and he was sitting with his father. And father was teaching him numbers, as we teach our children, 1, 2, 3. So his father said to him, "Oh Abbas, say Wahid." Wahid is 1 in Arabic. And Wahid is also indication of Tawheed and oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Wahid. So he said, "Say Wahid." So he said Wahid. And then he said, say Ithnain. And he said, oh father, the tongue that have said Wahid, it doesn't look good to say Ithnain. This was the Tawheed of Abul Fazl Abbas from that very young age, right? And Amirul Mu'mineen always said, oh Abbas, you're my son. Hassan and Husayn, they are Fatima's children. Oh Abbas, you should make me proud on the Day of Judgment. That's why when Abbas went to the Euphrates, he took the water and he left. He said, how can I when my master is thirsty? He made proud Amirul Mu'mineen. When in the Battle of Siffin, he was very young, as we said, he was 15 or 16 when his father died, so he was at the age of 15 maybe. And he wore a veil with the armor, and he started fighting the enemies. As he was fighting the enemies, cutting the ranks of the enemies. And there was an art of war which was used by Amirul Mu'mineen in one of the Ghazawat, which the Quran also makes qasam, by the sparks of the hooves of the horses. The Quran says, Surah Adiyat, by the sparks of the hooves of the horses. Allah is making qasam. Allah is making an oath. It says, Allah makes oath with those things which are very valuable. وَالشَّمْسِ وَالضُّحَى وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا whatever is very, very valuable, Allah makes oath with that. Allah makes qasam with that. Here Allah is making qasam with the sparks of the hooves of the horses. Whose horses? Is the horse of Amirul Mu'mineen when he went for that ghazwa. Prophet wasn't in this ghazwa, in this battle. Only Amirul Mu'mineen went with his people, with his companions. And he attacked, a special type of attack that you enter the ranks of the enemies and you attacked from inside. You throw them out. So in the Battle of Siffin, Hazrat Abbas was wearing the armor and the veil, and he started attacking the enemies. Everybody thought that it is Ali who is doing this attack because Amirul Mu'mineen was expert in this. And then after he attacked, he unveiled himself, and they realized it was no one but Abbas, right, who fought like Amirul Mu'mineen. There are many miraculous aspects of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam. Even today, as they say that if you, the people who are in charge of the haram of Hazrat Abbas and Imam Husayn, the amount of donations, the amount of nazr, hazri nazr, is given to the haram of Abbas alayhi salam is much more than Imam Husayn. So whenever the haram of Imam Husayn falls short of donations, it takes from Abbas alayhi salam. Right? That's the support of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam. And we spoke about, Ya Kashif al-Karban Wajhil Husayn Ikshif Karbi Bihaqqi Aqiq al-Husayn. That is a very powerful zikr that you are addressing to Hazrat Abbas to resolve the problem of ours, of karb and difficulties. Who? Abbas resolving the problem of who? Initially we say, An Wajhil Husayn. From Husayn you resolve the problem. And we know that the problem is in accordance to the capacity of the person. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wusaha. So Abbas alayhi salam is someone who is resolving the problem of Husayn. What type of problem that would be? It's a problem of Husayn. It's not you and I problem. My problem is, I need to get a job, I need to get a car, I need this, I need a bit of health, right? That's my problem. It's about Imam Husayn. We say, Ya Kashif al-Karb an Wajhil Husayn. Ikshif Karbi, my problem as well. For the sake of your brother Husayn, you're asking Abbas directly. And we looked into the philosophy of that in terms of, Abbas is at a level of Insan-e Kamil, where he's manifesting the Asma Ilahi. And Husayn approaching him is just like one name of Allah to the other name. So Abul Fazl Abbas is on that station. That's why the sixth Imam If you look at the ziyarat of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam, it says, Salamullah, it begins with. It doesn't begin with Assalamu alayka ya, Abdus Saleh or Assalamu alayka ya Abul Fazl Abbas. No. It begins with Salamullahi alayhi wa malaikati. This points out to the height of his perfection of Hazrat Abbas. That all, O Abbas, salam of Allah upon you, and the salam of malaika upon you. Then he starts giving salam. Sixth Imam says that my uncle Abbas have been provided with wings in the hereafter because his hands were severed. And with these wings, he elevates towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a symbolism towards the swiftness and the quickness of Abbas to fly towards that Tawheed, because our journey of Tawheed continues. Even after we die, we keep learning in Barzakh and hereafter, and it's just a continuous journey. So even in Jannah, we will be learning about Tawheed, right? We will be going near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nearer and nearer. In Usul al-Kafi, there is a narration which says that on every Thursday night, the Mu'mineen's house will be sent a vehicle of light, Mu'mineen khas. On this vehicle of light, they will travel towards the heaven, towards Allah. And when they will return back from this journey, the friends and family members would say that, where have you been? Why have you become so Nurani now? Then they would say that Allah have invited me closer to Him. And He has promised us to invite us again. And we have brought this light from that nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, flying in Jannah means what? That means that he could swiftly go to higher levels. And then in another narrative it says that the maqam of Abul Fazl Abbas is so high that all of the shuhada will envy that maqam. Not jealous, but would envy that, would want to have that station which Abul Fazl Abbas have. How powerful is that? That it's been well known that whenever the Masaib of Abul Fazl Abbas is recited, Imam Zaman comes into that majlis. The 12th Imam attends that majlis of Abul Fazl Abbas. Ila mashallah, miracles have been mentioned, like I said, in relation to Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam. Right? So it's his night tonight. Right? Who was Abdus Saleh. Saleh, are those people, those individuals for whom Anbiya and Awliya yearn and have done dua for. Hazrat Ibrahim, although he is Ulul Azm Prophet, but in his dua he says, Wal huqni bis salihin. Oh Allah, make me connect with the salihin. Hazrat Sulaiman, who have been given all of that maqam, but at the same time in the dua, he asks, Oh Allah, bring me near to the salihin. But Abul Fazl Abbas is salih already. He has reached that maqam of salih. Because these are all different darajat, these are different levels. Sometimes you reach that level in this dunya, you become salihin. Sometimes you ask that, oh Allah, make me that maqam, give me that maqam that is given in the hereafter. As we do dua, for example, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana, those akhirah, the hasana of the akhirah. We haven't reached there yet. Wal huqni bis salihin, as Ibrahim is saying. And Abbas is somewhere, he is from the salihin. Al-Muti'u lillah wa rasul. Ita'at, obedience to Allah and to the Rasul. When we look at history, we find that many have asked Imam Husayn or advised Imam Husayn that, why are you going to Karbala? Those who are close, Muhammad ibn Hanafiye, Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari, Jabir, who was companion of Rasul, who saw the 5th Imam, who delivered the salam to 5th Imam. The first Zawar of Imam Husayn alayhi salam is Jabir, very close companion. But he also says that, why are, Imam Hassan did Sulh. Why are you? Then Imam Husayn said that, look through my wilaya, which is a miraculous, and Jabir says, I had a vision of Rasulullah through the wilayat of Husayn. through the power of Imam Husayn. Imam Husayn showed Rasulullah to Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari in order to say that why Husayn is going. And even to achieve that maqam is Jabir, is on that level, right? But when it comes to Hazrat Abbas, there is no advice. Muti'u lillah wal Rasul, itaat, obedience to the Imam. That's why very little is known in regards to Hazrat Abbas. Because usually, for example, when you have, an Imam Masum, we don't know much about the other Imam Masum till that Imam becomes an Imam. Because the future Imam will not utter or will not say anything. Because there is hujjat there. When Rasulullah Khuda was there, you don't really see the hikmat, the khutbah, and the spirituality of Imam Ali. It is after Rasulullah, right? Because it is, in a way, because as that's what Amirul Mu'minin said, I am the slave of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So same in regards to Hazrat Abbas, that very little is known, but even that what little is known is really fascinating. Allah honored him, and this was one of the hikmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This was one of the, muhibah, gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Among all of the shuhada, you have two haram. There is haram of Imam Husayn, and there is haram of Abul Fazl Abbas, right? All of the shuhada are in the Ganj Shahidan, in one, grave, which is near Imam Husayn. But Hazrat Abbas has his own haram, which points out to his magnanimity, his unique status that Abul Fazl Abbas have, that he was left near the Euphrates and he was buried there, right? So this shows the maqam of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam, that how powerful his maqam is. And always, whenever, as we started our discussions, which we'll discuss again, always we said, in order to reach Imam Husayn, Abbas is the door. Sayyid Ali Qazi Tabatabai, the Ustad of Allama Tabatabai, who was on the highest level of understanding Tawheed. Allama Tabatabai says, Sayyid Ali Qazi Kuh Tawheed Bud. It was a mountain of Tawheed, Sayyid Ali Qazi Tabatabai, right? He says that I was doing all sort of tawassulat, spiritual exercises, practices, whatnot, but I wasn't reaching the highest level till I went to the haram of Hazrat Abbas. And there was this mad person, usually, when you go to these holy places, sometimes you have a faqih, a person they call him always mad. So this person used to sit in the lessons of Maraje and he'd understand nothing, but he will move around like a homeless person, like that, So he was saying that I was about to enter the haram of Hazrat Abbas. I said, I will go to Hazrat Abbas first and then I will go to Imam Husayn. So it was time of Maghrib. I reached to the door of Hazrat Abbas, and this mad person came out and he says, Abbas is the marja of awliya. Abbas is marja. He's the source of ruju of, awliya. They say, okay, maybe this mad person is saying something. It's like, this was echoing in my ear, and I went with the tawassul. I did my maghrib there, and that hal, that state came upon me of tawheed, that I couldn't control myself. I quickly finished my prayer and then I went home. Right? I had reached to that level of tawheed through Abul Fazl Abbas. So he is the door for Abu Abdullah Husayn. Every time when we go for ziyarat, we go first there, and then after that, we'll be able to understand and comprehend the highest level of. That's why Sayyid Ali Qazi have said, Abbas is the Ka'bah-e-Awliya. Hazrat Abbas is the Kaaba of the awliya, right? What awliya do? They go around the Kaaba, right? 7 times we go around the Kaaba. After that, what do? We do 2 rakat prayer. That means when you go around the Kaaba 7 times, then the heaven is open for you to come closer to Allah and do sajda and say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdih. That's the hikmah behind. Because every actions in Hajj or without Hajj that we have, mustahab and wajib, they all have deeper meanings. This tawaf have made you reach to that point where you fall in sajda. Naturally, it becomes wajib. And you should say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdih. Right? That's the hikmah behind it. What do we do after the ziyarat prayer of Imam Husayn? We recite 2 rakat namaz ziyarat. What is the wisdom behind it? When we give salams to Imam Husayn gives us a gift to meet Allah. He provides us with a ticket of meeting Allah. Because we have given salam to Husayn. We have respected Husayn. Husayn says, okay, you respected me? Here, meet Allah. Husayn makes us meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the 2 rakat prayer that we perform after ziyarat. Every, like I said, mustahabbat that we have, they all have the askar that we have, zikr that we have, they all have very deeper meaning, through which our soul connects to those metaphysical levels of reality, of the truth. Eventually it enters. That's why, niyat and then Allahu Akbar, Takbiratul Ihram. When we say Allahu Akbar, that we have reached to the highest level. There are mustahab takbirat, 1 level, 2 level, 3 level. After 7 takbirs, 7 levels, you pass Allahu Akbar. And then you enter that. So, our deen, our maktab, the school of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam is full of wisdom. Their teachings is full of wisdom. It requires of us to, perform that. And even their lifestyle and their actions and what they have done, like as we said, the maqatil of Imam Husayn is full of asrar. The maqtal of Imam Husayn is full of asrar. Every shaheed, have a very, deeper meaning of their martyrdom and what they have said. And the things that have happened on the day of Ashura is full of asrar, is full of secrets. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us strength and tawfiq to understand them, inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Yesterday we spoke about love, as Imam Husayn alayhi salam points out to that love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we said that there will be 3 realities which will unfold for the person who is in love of who is in love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we mentioned that فَمَنْ أَمِلَ بِالرِّضَى أُلْزِمُهُ ثَلَاثَ قِسَامٍ. See, when a person, love itself, to begin with, it's a natural reality of the creation. Everything within the creation, as we said, the 4th Imam, Allah have created the creation and have placed the creation on the path of love. I mean, if you speak to a plant and water it, it will be very different in its growth compared to you speak to a plant in a bad way and you water it, there will be a major amount of, and this is proven. It is not rocket science I'm talking about. It's very well accepted by even the scientists, so on. So this amount with the animals the same way, with the haywanat, the amount of love, that if they give and you give, right? So this is a natural phenomena that exists in the creation. And Allah have placed this as He has created the creation and placed the path of love. So there's a repulsion and attraction. Jazabe or dafe, as they say. There's jazb, you get attracted and you attract, and there's daf. Even in minerals you have that. One of the reasons why aqiq is known to be, the king of all jewels, because it is the honor for a moment to wear it, is because it has accepted the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib first. Because it has purified itself, it has got rid of the negativity in that stone, in that mineral, and attracted the light And that's why it has become an alamat of a mu'min, to the extent that Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam says that there are 5 alaim of mu'min. Look how powerful is that. It has come next to the 51 rakat of prayer. It has come next to the Ziyarat Arba'in of Imam Husayn. It has come next to the saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It has come next to the doing sajda on khak, on turba, right? That wearing the ring of aqiq. It's not gold, it's not silver, it's not diamond, it's aqiq. Why? Because aqiq have done that jazaba, have attracted the love of wilayat. And I got rid of the darkness that it contains. So all creation, we may not see in terms of it doing something, right? But it is in reality performing these attraction and repulsion. So love, muhabbat, is something that is very natural. And that's why, we have to be, as they say that, as we have this element, this reality, this of love in us, sometimes it kind of strikes that, and we have to attract that, we have to celebrate that, we have to preserve that. And that is usually we find through the vehicle of Imam Husayn, of Abul Fazl Abbas, because that love comes in our heart of their sacrifices and what they have done. And we have to make use of this. We should not let go. When we go to the Haram of Abu Abdullah, we see the dome, we are just pulled. Tear just starts flowing naturally because that love is there. And when these type of things, these different states of ours happen, we should make sure that we make use of them. Because there's a narration which says that Inna lillahi fi ayyam dahrikum. Certainly from Allah, in the ayyam, in the days of the dahr, of your time, of your lifetime, nafahatun, there are these breezes that flows from Allah. Fata'arradu, throw yourself under these breeze that is coming. Make use of this, right? That's what all the teaching of Ahlul Bayt is, that it prepares that ground, for us to throw ourselves under those breezes. That's what the Ahlul Bayt want. Ahlul Bayt wants us to benefit from the rahmah, from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In order that the Ahlul Bayt wants us to be blessed from the rahmah of Allah, they have done what they have done. They have gone to the limit and to the extent of sacrificing their life. Qatilul abara. In Ziyarat Arba'in of Imam Husayn, we recite, the one who is qatil means the killed, for tears. Abara means tears, right? Some say it comes from ibra, that will be a kasra, that will mean abara. In olden days, they don't used to write fatta damma and all. It could means ibrat. Ibrat means a lesson. Ana qatilul abara. Imam Husayn is saying, I've been killed in order for a lesson to teach humanity. That's one translation that you have. The other translation is that I've been killed for tears. For the sake of tears have been killed. Your salvation is through crying for Imam Husayn. I have been killed for tears. Now, there are two meanings here. I've been killed for tears. I have been killed for tears, meaning that I have been killed for the tears that they were shedding for the killing of Osman. And they came and killed me in order to take revenge from my father Ali. Because the shirt of the third Khalifa was taken to Sham, to Syria, and Muawiyah raised the shirt, and he used to do majlis and matam and make people cry and blame Imam Ali and the children of Ali killing the third Khalifa in order that people be enemy of Imam Ali. But who were there at the house of the third Khalifa to protect? Who was guarding the house of the third Khalifa? It was Imam Hassan and Imam Husayn who was guarding the house. But look at the propaganda which Muawiyah did. So I have been killed for tears. I have been killed for those tears that you have shed. and come and kill me in animosity. Right? That's one meaning. The other meaning is no, I've been killed for tears, means that I've been killed in this fashion so that you cry. What will happen through crying? Al-buka silahul mu'min. Crying is the weapon of a mu'min. To fight who? To fight physical enemy, what do you need? You need iron. You need sword, you need iron. The core base of all weapons is iron. In olden days it used to be. But today, it's iron. That's the core base. To fight an enemy on that horizontal level, you need iron. But to fight an enemy which was on the vertical level, in the sense that it is hidden, is shaitan. What do you need? You need the tears. To fight our nafs, we don't need a weapon. We need our tears to fight our nafs. To fight shaitan, we need our tears. What does this tear do? When a little child cries, what happens to the heart of the father and mother? It melts. What does it bring? It brings mercy. When somebody cries, even sometimes we say it's crocodile tears, right? Why? Because we want to get something done. Why this thing is being done is because of those tears, right? Because somebody is crying, I said, my heart will say, it's Janedo, let them do it. So Imam Husayn is attracting that mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through his sacrifice. By being slain in that fashion, the heart of the mu'mineen, the heart of the people will melt and would cry and will bring down that mercy, because Rasulullah was rahmatan lil alameen. That mercy, when you kill the grandson of the Prophet that way, you have blocked all that mercy of Allah. Unless or until you cry for the grandson of Husayn, that will open that mercy of Allah back. Husaynu minni wa ana min Husayn. If Rasulullah is rahmatul lil alameen wa ana min Husayn, Husayn is also rahmatul lil alameen. Right? So, qatilul abara in ziyarat arba'in, or ana qatilul arba, where Imam Husayn, he himself says, it has that meaning. It will bring that love. So, fata'arradu, as the hadith says, that during our lifetime, there are nafahat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we have to throw ourselves under these nafahat, under these special mercy that is descending from Allah. That's why Sayyid Ali Qazi Tabatabai would say that every Thursday night, you should have a majlis of Imam Husayn in your house. Gather your own children, sit with them, recite Masaib of Husayn. Because he says that wherever I have reached through Imam Husayn and the Quran. These are the two things for me. To reach to that maqam of qurb, to reach to that maqam of tawheed. It is through Abu Abdullah Husayn. It is through Ziyarat Ashura. It is through that. Right. So, Imam Husayn alayhi salam is the vehicle, is the medium on which we have to, utilize. Us pe sawar hona hai, mohabbat ki sawari pe, to go near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these majalises, these gatherings, which sparks the love of Imam Husayn alayhi salam, we should be really thankful to our parents, to our seniors who have taught us, who have brought us in these majalises. And we have to do the same. And alhamdulillah, I've been seeing and I've been watching, how beautifully the children gather with their fathers and they sit and they perform the Noha and Marsiya, right? So we have to make use of this. So this love is very unique and special, and it's there because Allah also loves the creation. Allah loves us. He loves us so much. وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. He did not say this to, I have breath into mountains or rivers or ocean or stars, my spirit, but only for insan, he says, that I have breath, ruhi. It's not even third person singular, that Allah's spirit is in human being. No, in Adam. No, ruhi, my. He has used my spirit in Adam. He has breathed his spirit into us. This shows the amount of love that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has. Now, with this love, we have to, as he says that I have created all of the creation for you, O Adam, O Insan, and I have created you for me. We've been created to worship, Ya ayyuhal insan, as the ayah of the Quran says, Ma khalaqtul jinna wal insa illa liya'budun, that I have created you to worship me. And we know that, worship without understanding is no worship. It will only have the form of worship, but it is not true worship. Worship is with ma'rifat. Worship comes with understanding and knowledge. A person who goes to a temple and performs certain rituals, that is defined as a worship. Goes to a temple where worships or prays, bow downs to an idol. We are not discussing idol worship as such, but I'm just giving an example. It's still known as a worship, but as it does not have the ma'rifat and understanding, it's not true worship. So when Allah is saying illa liya'budun, that they worship me, is actually with ma'rifat, with the understanding that they should worship me. So this hadith, I just mentioned the beginning part of it, and we started Masaib last night. فَمَنْ عَمِلَ بِالرِّضَى أُلْزِمُهُ ثَلَاثَ خِصَالٍ. If a person worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with pleasure, the rida have to be there. That's why they say that, do not overburden yourself with too much of worship. Do not push yourself. When you're tired, just relax. Take a break. Don't force yourself to do something, because this will have a negative effect. When you enter ibadat with happiness, with joy. With that, waking up before Fajr, I know it's very tiring. 11 rakat prayer, don't. Just do 2 rakat. Don't even do that. Just, Jawadi says, just wake up before Fajr, lie down in bed. Just while lying down, do ta'ammum on your cushion and do namaz al-shab with ishara. Just wake up to have just a date, because that hour is very important. So there is a overwhelming emphasis by the ulama of akhlaq, by the scholars, that don't force yourself for ibadah. Be happy when you're performing, unless it's really wajib. We have no choice. It's wajib, we have to perform our daily prayers that we perform. But other mustahabbat that is there, there should be this state of joy. So here, a person who performs with rida, with pleasure, he will be given a muhabbat, we said. A muhabbat that will be so powerful that no muhabbat will take over that. It will be the love of Allah only, and no one else. Now, this doesn't mean that one should undermine the love of the family. Oh no, I'll only love Allah, I don't care about. No. When you love Allah, you will be the most kindest, the most caring towards your family. It's never like that. And it will be on the highest level. That amount of love and intensity towards those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have made you responsible, it will be the highest level of. And at the same time, the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be there too. When Imam Husayn sacrificed Ali Asghar, it is not like, because Imam Husayn only love Allah, so there is no love for Asghar. No. Even the love of Asghar is on the highest level, that no father have ever loved his son that way, the way Imam Husayn loves Ali Asghar. Pain the same, because the question is the awareness and the height of sense perception have reached to its highest level. You know, an insan kamil, a perfect man, an intellectual person, his sense of perception is on the highest level. You know, he will figure out what is going in the heart of somebody who is unhappy just by looking at it. That person does not need to say, because he could feel it. Because the thing that he's perceiving, that perception, have reached to the maximum reality, to the maximum level. So that element of love towards humanity, that's why Imam Husayn is saying, "Oh Shimr, spare my life. Oh Shimr, give me some water." It is not that Husayn wants water. There's no nafs here. It's the love of Shimr there. Because insaniyat of Husayn have reached to the maximum capacity of loving the creation in the same way how Allah loves the creation. Allah loves the creation. There was a prophet who got annoyed with the Qawm, not Yunus alayhi salam, another prophet had been mentioned, and he wanted to call the curse of Allah on the people, on his Qawm, on his nation. So Allah said, okay, please don't wait. I'll do this exercise. After this you can. So he said, go buy a piece of land, a plot, and plant some seeds in there. So he did. And then he waited for these seeds to reach, and it was about to give the fruit. Then Allah said, go burn this. He said, I have worked so hard and it's just about to give fruit. Go burn it. How do you feel? The same way I feel in order to do azab on my Qawm. Allah have that mercy towards the creation. And Allah looks for different reasons, like as we said, to forgive, to reward. That's why if you, for example, I don't know, fast on such a day in Rajab, it is as if you have fasted for 70 years, or always there's multiplication of rewards, sawab. Why? Because Allah wants the abd to come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because there's love from Allah towards the creation, yuhibbuna, and then yuhibbillah. There's first love towards the creation loves Allah. That's how it goes. In one of the verses of the Quran, as it talks about, it clearly mentioned that there is love of Allah, and then, it says, yuhibbuhum wa yuhibbunahu. Allah loves them and they love Allah. So first is Allah. And what type of love that the mu'minin should have? Ashaddu hubban lillah. They should have that shadid love, because Allah also loves into the highest level and looks for different reasons to forgive. A man was taken towards the hellfire after being decided that they should put him in hellfire. The angels were taking him. And then this person, he looks back. And Allah says, stop. He says, why? It's been decided you're about to put him in a hellfire. But this man, he turned back and looked. And then Allah asked him, why did you look back? He said, I wasn't expecting you of this. Then Allah said, leave him, bring him back, forgive him. That sort of love, that sort of hope, Allah wants. The hope comes only if there is love. If there is no love, hope is gone completely. The source of hope, the hope stems out from the base of love. So that love is there, that hope will be there. Shayad, maybe, that hope comes because of that love. So love is very important. And that's why we say Imam Husayn alayhi salam is the maktab of that love. So here, when a person performs the ibadat, he says, I will provide him with that love. That this love will never be replaced by any other love. But never be replaced, as we explained, it's not like, okay, we don't care about, the family and all that. We only love Allah. You don't really know. That care is to the maximum as well. Right? And then here it says, what will happen after that? Hubbul makhluqeen fa'idha ahabbani ahbabtahu. And Allah will make this person, Allah will make the creation, makhluqeen, will love that person. Because this person loves Allah. then Allah will make the creation love that person. Who is there not to love Husayn? Everybody loves Husayn. Even the enemies, they were saying that we haven't seen a man like this. The amount of resolve, the amount of persistence, the amount of sabr and patience. They all loved. They all love. The creation loves that person who loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, this is very important. وَأَفْتَحُ أَيْنَ قَلْبِهِ إِلَى جَلَالِهِ. And Allah will open aftah, his heart towards the jalal of Allah. He will be able to see the jalal and the jamal of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَلَا أُخْفِيَ عَلَيْهِ إِلْمَ الْخَاصَّ خَلْقِهِ. And I will not hide, is makhfi, is ukhfiya. I will not hide anything from him, the truth and reality of the creation of the khalq. He will know everything. He will know everything. He will be informed about that. Right? Imam Husayn alayhi salam, he says that, he was still a child, and he says, I will be killed by Umar Sa'd. He will be responsible. Sa'd was the son, Umar was the son of Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, who was one of the companions. Then a person says that, where did you get this from? From Rasulullah? He says, no. Rasulullah did not tell me. So this person goes to Rasul and he says that Rasulullah, Husayn is saying this. Did you tell him? Rasulullah says, no, I did not. Or did you tell his father? Maybe his father told him that. He said, no, I did not. Then how does he know? Rasulullah says, my ilm and his ilm is same. Nothing is hidden from the awliya, from people who love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that fashion. Allah will open up those doors, show them that reality and the truth. Right? Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam loved Allah. Allah opened him the reality of Qiyamah, showed him. There's a story of Quran that I want to see how you raise people from death. Then Allah told Ibrahim, you want to see Ibrahim? Okay, I'll show you. Ibrahim wanted to. And Allah said, take, 4 birds, kill them, mix them, mince them, put it on the mountain, call them, they will come to you. Is the ayah of the Quran. Because my Mahbub have asked me something, so I will show him the reality. So that why? لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي. In order my qalb get itminan. Ibrahim wants itminan of his heart by seeing how you raise from death. The 6th Imam, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam, have a hadith in order to explain this, because the 4 birds is not mentioned in the ayah of the Quran, but the 6th Imam have a hadith that he says, you know what these 4 birds were? It was peacock, it was pigeon, it was rooster, and it was crow. These were the 4 birds. And then there's symbolism of these 4 birds. Every bird represents something. Peacock represents the arrogance. I'm the best bird. Oh Ibrahim, kill your arrogance if you want to see Qiyamah. Pigeon represents greed. It puts the food here. It just have a small tummy but wants to eat. It just take all. That's why the neck of the pigeon is filled with food. It's a greedy bird. Oh Ibrahim, kill your greed if you want to see Qiyamah. Crow hides walnuts in the ground, secures it, have future hopes. I'm going to eat in the future. Oh Ibrahim, kill your future hopes. Then you will see Qiyamah. Be the Ibn al-Waqt. There's a term in Sufis. They say Ibn al-Waqt. And then, oh Ibrahim, rooster, kill your lust, your hope, because it's a bird that is, represents lust. Kill that. Then you will be able to see Qiyamah. So the nafs, our soul, have to step on these different realities that it contains within it, in order to see that ma'rifat, in order to have that love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's what the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam have taught. That's what Abul Fazl Abbas alayhi salam is teaching us, that pure love of the master, of Abu Abdullah al-Husayn. Every action of his. Shimr comes with the protection letter that, O Abbas, because they were family members from the mother's side, and says that you are secure. When Shimr comes and announces, Abul Fazl Abbas doesn't want to go to speak to him. He was in rage. But the master says, Abbas, go speak to him. See, like I said, Imam Husayn alayhi salam, he brought the best out of every shaheed. And what he has brought the best for what? For the sake of that shaheed, so that that shaheed should reach to the highest level, and that shaheed becomes a role model. And he remains with us, and he has remained. After 1,400 years, still we speak about Abul Fazl Abbas, that Shimr came with the Aman Name, and Hazrat Abbas wasn't going out to speak to him, but Imam Husayn said, no, go to speak to him. So he went, he saw Shimr, and on his face he said, I'm not coming with you, I'm with Husayn. Why? Because Imam Husayn is preparing this shaheed, that you go to life that close and you can leave. Because the path to come to Husayn is closed, but the path to leave Husayn is open. That's why Imam Husayn on the 9th night, he says, go who wants to go. The path is open for you to go. Nobody will stop you. Leave me here by myself. And not only that, he says that I will guarantee you the shafaat of Rasulullah and Jannah if you want to stay with me. I have taken my bay'ah. You are no longer responsible of protecting me. Hal min nasiri ansuruna. Right? You have done what you have done. This is really strange, that this man going to everybody and asking them to come with me, and then on that night he said, okay, done, you go, leave. Why? Because Husayn wants to test them. Not only test them, but Husayn wants them to reach the highest capacity. Nobody went, nobody moved. The one who break that silence, that nobody even dare speaking after Imam Husayn is, the one who break that silence was Abul Fazl Abbas. He said, my master, we pay allegiance to you. Then after that, everybody, they give the bay'ah once again to Imam Husayn alayhi salam. So Abul Fazl Abbas was that goes to life that close and rejected it, which gave him that strength to go to the water and Euphrates that close and reject it. He is the standard bearer. He is the alamdar, who is responsible of taking care of the whole caravan of Imam Husayn alayhi salam. That's what an alamdar is, to attend to all of the affairs and difficulties. And he's the symbol of strength of Imam Husayn alayhi salam. When that alam is there, that means it is the caravan is there. He wants to go fight. As we said, that on the night of the 9th, Umar Saad and the army spend most of the time planning what will happen if Abbas comes to fight. He wants to go fight, like every shaheed is going. But Imam Husayn alayhi salam said, with different ways, you are the standard bearer, you don't go now. To the point where he comes to Imam Husayn, फिर Imam Husayn ने कहा कि अगर अब्बास तुम जाना ही चाहते हो तो जाकर कुछ पानी फराहम करो, बच्चे 3 दिन से प्यासे हैं. जंग की इजाजत नहीं दी हजरत अब्बास को. यह भी एक सिर्रुल असरार है, एक ऐसा सिर है कि वाक़अन हम नहीं जानते इसकी हकीकत क्या है. शायद इसीलिए रिवायतों में हमें मिलता है कि जब रजत होगी, इमाम ज़माना जब आएंगे और उस रजत में अबुल फजल अब्बास भी हजरत भी इमाम ज़माना के साथ होंगे. क्योंकि इसी तरह से तो है ना कि जो मोमिनीन शहीद नहीं हुए हैं इस दुनिया में और चाहते हैं कि शहीद हो, मुस्तशहदीन बैन यदै, जब हम زیارت پڑھتے ہیں امام زمانہ کے، مستشہدین بین یدی، اے اللہ ہمیں شہید قرار دے بین یدی، امام زمانہ کے ہاتھوں کے بیچ. جس طرح سے امام حسین نے صحابیوں کو جب شہید ہوتے تھے اپنے آغوش میں لیتے تھے، اسی طرح سے ہم بھی دعا کرتے ہیں کہ اللہ ہمیں شہید کی موت دے امام زمانوں کے ہاتھوں کے، مستشہدین بین یدی. تو جو مومنین شہید نہیں ہوئے ہیں اور اس کی خواہش رکھتے ہیں، پھر سے وہ دنیا میں بلائے جائیں گے جب امام کا ظہور ہوگا، اور جب ان کی شہادت ہوئی رجت. اور جو مومنین شہید ہو گئے ہیں وہ امام زمانہ کے ساتھ رہیں گے، مرگ اور ان کی موت اختیاری ہو جائے گی. اسی لیے این طالب بدم المقتول کربلا بھی ہے، اور پھر اس کے بعد یہ بھی ہے کہ وہ کہاں ہے. این دعائے ندبہ میں جملہ یہ ہے کہ وہ شخص کہاں ہے جو زمین اور آسمان کو کنیکٹ کرتا ہے، بروج بناتا ہے کہ لوگ زمین سے آسمان میں جائیں گے، آسمان سے زمین پہ آئیں گے. اتنی یہ اوج رہے گی حقیقت کی جب امام اصل تشریف لائیں گے. تو یہ ایک سر الاسرار ہے ابو الفضل عباس کا. پانی فراہم کرو عباس. جب ابو الفضل عباس قیام میں آتے ہیں ایک خیمے میں جہاں اناج وغیرہ رکھا جاتا ہے، پانی وغیرہ رکھا جاتا ہے، تو کہا گیا ہے کہ بچے گرمی کی وجہ سے اور پیاس کی وجہ سے زمین کو کھود کر اپنے پیٹ کو زمین پر رکھے ٹھنڈک پانے کے لیے، اور مشقیزہ لیتے ہیں. سکینہ مشقیزہ دیتی ہے، اور چھوٹے چھوٹے بچے سکینہ کے ساتھ ہے، اور سکینہ ڈھارس دے رہی ہے، چچا جا رہے ہیں، امو جا رہے ہیں، پانی لے آئیں گے. جب حضرت عباس سوار ہو کے جانے لگے، جب شخص کوئی جنگ کرنے کے لیے آتا تھا تو سپاہی کا طریقہ جنگ کرنے کا کچھ اور ہوتا تھا، کیونکہ جنگ کے لیے آیا ہے شخص، تو جنگ جب کرنا ہے تو ایک سپاہی آئے گا، دو آئے گا، جس طرح سے روایتوں میں پڑھا جاتا ہے، لکھا گیا ہے. لیکن عباس جنگ کرنے کے لیے نہیں آئے ہیں. عباس چاہ رہے ہیں کہ دشمنوں کو کاٹ کر فرات پر پہنچے اور فرات سے پانی لے کے واپس آئے، کیونکہ خیمے دور لگا دیے گئے ہیں فرات سے. تو حضرت عباس شروع سے ہی جب جنگ کرنے کے لیے آئے ہیں، بعض روایتوں میں یہ بھی ملتا ہے کہ جب شخص جنگ کے لیے آتا ہے تو تلوار وہ استفادہ کرے گا، استعمال کرے گا. لیکن یہاں پہ عباس تلوار نے استعمال نہیں کی بلکہ نیزے کا سہارا لیا ہے، کیونکہ جنگ کے لیے نہیں آئے ہیں. نیزے کے ہی سہارے سے دشمنوں کی ٹکڑیوں کو کاٹ کاٹ کر فرات تک جا پہنچے، جنگ کرتے ہوئے، لڑتے ہوئے. اور جب فرات جا پہنچے ہیں دیکھتے ہیں کہ دشمن کافی دور ہے، کیونکہ اتنا وقت حضرت عباس کو ملا ہے کہ وہ گھوڑے کی زین سے اترے ہیں، مشقیزہ کو بھرا ہے، اور وہ جو گفتگو ہے کہ جب پانی لیتے ہیں تو کہتے پانی کو دیکھتے ہیں اور شعر پڑھتے ہیں کہ اے نفس جا کسی اور کو تو ڈگا دے. یہ نفس عباس ہے کہ میرا آغا، میرا مولا پیاسا ہے. شاید وہ خیال اکثر علماء پڑھتے ہیں، یاد آ گیا ہو کہ عباس تم میرے بیٹے ہو، حسین فاطمہ کا لال ہے. میں چاہتا ہوں کہ قیامت کے دن میں فخر کر سکوں کہ عباس تم میرے بیٹے ہو. یہاں پر پانی کو چھوڑ دیا اور دوبارہ گھوڑے پہ سوار ہوئے ہیں، اور پھر پانی لے کر قیام کے طرف آگے بڑھتے چلے جا رہے ہیں. دشمن یہ چاہتا ہے کہ یہ پانی قیام میں نہ پہنچنے پائے. پوری کوشش دشمنوں کی یہی ہے. کہا گیا ہے کہ جب عباس آگے بڑھنے لگے اور یہاں پہ کچھ نخل کا ذکر ہے، درخت کا ذکر ہے، کیونکہ فرات کے نزدیک ہے، ایک دشمن درخت کے پیچھے چھپ گیا، اور جب عباس آگے بڑھ رہے تھے وار کیا، ایسا وار کیا کہ عباس کا شان مبارک سے شانہ جدا ہو گیا. جب ان کا شانہ جدا ہوگا، انقطعت یمینی، جب تم میرا سیدھا ہاتھ کاٹو گے، میں اپنے بائیں ہاتھ سے میں اپنے امام کی حفاظت کروں گا اور اپنے دین کی حفاظت کروں گا. اور عباس آگے بڑھتے چلے گئے. بچے دور سے علم کو دیکھ رہے ہیں، کیونکہ علم بھی ساتھ ہے ابو الفضل عباس سے، سینے سے بنا ہوا ہے، اور علم کو دیکھ رہے ہیں، اور بچوں کے اندر یہ ڈھارس ہے کہ پانی آ رہا ہے، علم قریب ہونے لگا ہے۔ جب عباس اور آگے بڑھنے لگے تو پھر سے دوسرا وار ہوا اور دوسرا شانہ بھی جدا ہو گیا عباس کا۔ یہاں پہ پھر سے عباس نے شعر پڑھا ہے کہ تم میرا دوسرا ہاتھ بھی کاٹو گے، میں اپنی جان سے دین کی حفاظت کروں گا، اپنے امام کی حفاظت کروں گا۔ عباس آگے بڑھتے چلے گئے اور پھر تیروں کی بارش آ رہی ہے، اور جب ایک تیر ایسا آ کے مشخیزے کو لگتا ہے اور جو آس اور امید ہے عباس کی یہاں پہ کھو جاتی ہے، اور عباس آسمان کی طرف دیکھتے ہیں، آسمان سے منادی صدا دیتا ہے کہ عباس آج تمہاری دعا قبول نہیں ہوئی، لیکن تم باب الحوائج رہیں گے۔ یہاں پہ سروش نے بہت خوبصورت شعر پڑھا ہے کہ عباس کو جب شانے جدا ہوئے پتہ نہیں چلا کہ کس طرح سے شانے جدا ہو گئے، درد نہیں ہوا جب شانے جدا ہو گئے، لیکن جب مشخیزہ سے چھدا ہے وہاں پہ عباس کو درد ہوا ہے۔ یہاں پہ علامہ شستری جو مشہور واعظ ہے اور عالم ہے، وہ یہ کہتے ہیں کہ میں خواب میں حضرت فاطمہ زہرا کو دیکھا، اور فاطمہ نے مجھ سے کہا، جناب زہرا نے مجھ سے کہا کہ اے علامہ تم عباس کی مصیبت، تم میرے بیٹے کی مصیبت نہیں پڑھتے ہو، میرے بیٹے کی مصیبت نہیں پڑھتے۔ یہاں پہ علامہ شستری نے کہا میں تو تمام مقتل پڑھتا ہوں، کس طرح سے امام حسین کو جو ہے گھیرا گیا، کس طرح سے شمر جو ہے سینے پہ سوار تھا امام، میں تمام مصیبت پڑھتا ہوں۔ یہاں پہ بی بی فاطمہ نے کہا کہ نہیں، میرے بیٹے عباس کی مصیبت تم نہیں پڑھتے ہو۔ اور جب یہ کہا مصیبت عباس کیا ہے، تو یہاں پہ فاطمہ نے کہا کہ ہر سوار جو گھوڑے سے زمین پر آیا اس کے ہاتھ ہوئے ہیں اور اس کے ہاتھ کے سہارے زمین پر آیا ہے، لیکن جب میرا بیٹا گھوڑے کی زین پر زمین پر آیا ہے، منہ کے بل زمین پر آیا ہے، اور پھر وہ تیر جو آنکھ میں پیوست تھا، اور جب زمین پر گرتے ہیں میرے آغا میرے مولا کو سلام دیتے ہیں، السلام علیکہ یا ابا عبداللہ، میری مدد کے لیے آئیے، میرا آخری سلام لیجئے میرے مولا۔ یہاں پہ راوی لکھتا ہے کہ امام حسین نے کہا عباس میری کمر ٹوٹ گئی ہے، اور پھر امام حسین آگے بڑھتے چلے جا رہے ہیں۔ جیسا ہی آگے بڑھتے ہیں راوی لکھتا ہے کہ میں نے دیکھا کہ حسین رک گئے، میں سمجھ نہیں پایا کہ آخر حسین کیوں رک گئے۔ جب گھوڑے کی زین سے نیچے اترتے ہیں تو شان مبارک ابو الفضل عباس کا بوسہ لیتے ہیں، شانے کی زیارت پہلے ہوتی ہے، پھر اس کے بعد اور آگے بڑھتے ہیں، پھر دوسرا ہاتھ ابو الفضل عباس کا ملتا ہے، پھر جب جا کر ابو الفضل عباس کے لاش پر پہنچتے ہیں، کچھ ہی لمحے، کچھ ہی جان ابھی باقی ہے، عباس کا سر اپنے گودی میں رکھتے ہیں، عباس اپنا سر ہٹا لیتے ہیں۔ پوچھا گیا عباس کیا مجھ سے ناراض ہو؟ کہنے لگے کہ آغا میرے مولا، میں دیکھ رہا ہوں کہ کچھ لمحوں میں آپ اس کربلا کی زمین پہ ہوگے، آپ کا سر کس کے دامن میں ہوگا؟ خیال ہے مولا کا اور آغا کا۔ پھر اس کے بعد کچھ گفتگو یہاں پہ ہوتی ہے، یہاں پہ عباس کہتے ہیں کہ آغا میرے مولا، میری کچھ وصیتیں ہیں، آپ وہ پورے کیجئے گا۔ آخر وصیتیں ہے کہ عباس میرا لاشا قیام میں نہیں لے جائیے گا، کیونکہ میں نے بچوں سے وعدہ لیا تھا کہ میں پانی لاؤں گا، لیکن میں وہ وعدہ پورا نہیں کر سکا، میری لاش کو یہیں پر فرات کے کنارے چھوڑ دیجئے گا آغا میرے مولا۔ اور پھر اس کے بعد دوسری وصیت کیا ہے عباس؟ آغا میں جب اس دنیا میں آیا تھا تو میں نے سب سے پہلی زیارت آپ کی تھی، میں یہ چاہتا ہوں کہ میں جب اس دنیا سے جا رہا ہوں میں آپ کی زیارت کروں۔ یہ تیر میرے آنکھ میں لگا ہوا ہے، یہ خون میرے آنکھ میں ہے، اس خون کو پاک کر دیجئے گا تاکہ میں آپ کی زیارت کر سکوں۔ یہاں پہ امام حسین علیہ السلام نے خون کو بھی پاک کیا، اور پھر اس کے بعد کہنے لگے کہ عباس میری بھی کچھ ایسی وصیتیں ہیں، کیا تم پورے کرو گے؟ تو کہنے لگے آغا میرے مولا آپ کی وصیت کیا ہے مجھے بتلائیے گا۔ عباس تمام عمر تم نے مجھے آغا اور مجھے مولا کہہ کر پکارا، میں یہ چاہتا ہوں کہ تم مجھے بھائی کہہ کر پکارو۔ یہاں پر 3 دفعہ عباس نے بھائی بھائی کہہ کر پکارا، اور پھر ان کی روح پیوست ہو گئی۔ پھر اس کے بعد یہاں پہ عباس کا لاشا تو نہیں آیا، لیکن امام حسین علم عباس لا رہے ہیں، لوگ ماتم کر رہے ہیں، بیبیاں ماتم کر رہے ہیں، وا عباسہ کی صدائیں بلند ہو چکی ہے۔ ماتم حسین، یا انا للہ و انا الیہ راجعون، یا حسین